Onto the arm crosses. It's a wonderful movement to warm up and also lubricate the shoulder, the chest, and the rotator cuff muscles. We'll start with your left arm down and your right arm up. The right arm that is up, the thumb will be pointed up. The left arm that is down, the thumb will be pointed down. Now all you have to do is come across your body in a diagonal fashion. Now, it's required that you do 6 repetitions. However, if your chest is really tight or your rotator cuff is really tight or even your shoulders are really tight, go ahead and do a little bit more just to really warm up and lubricate those muscles. Once you have done 6 or more, depending upon how you feel today, move on to the next side. Now the right arm will be down, left arm up, thumb up, and again we will come across our body in a diagonal fashion. It's as simple as that. Now if you have any rotator cuff problems, you can opt to do this another way. Just coming across your body is fine as well. I also call these giving yourself some love. The next movement is going to be the duck unders. We're going to do 6 repetitions per side to warm up the groin and also the legs. So how that's going to work is we're going to start at hips distance for the feet, and we're just going to act like we're ducking under a rope. A lot of boxers do this for warm up and also for their actual exercise. So our chest is up, our shoulders are down and back, and our hands are together in front of our chest. And we're going to duck under. Boom. Duck under. Stretch the groin. Stretch the groin. Stretch the groin. Stretch the groin. Now, again, the requirement is 6 repetitions per side. If it feels good for you or your groin muscles are a little bit tighter today, go ahead and do more. Definitely do more. The next movement is going to be the plank. You're going to support yourself with your elbows, your forearms, and your hands and your toes, squeezing your glute and your core muscles. Now, that would be the perfect plank. Also, you want to keep your shoulders in the upwards position. How you breathe, that's very important. You want to actually breathe from your diaphragm. Diaphragmatic breathing, it allows us to de-stress. So it's a very, very powerful thing to do. You're working your transverse abdominis just being in the plank, and then you're stretching your muscle tissues, and then you're shortening them, and that is actually going to allow your body to adapt over time, make your waist smaller, okay? So what that looks like is this. Stretch the stomach, shorten it. Stretch the stomach, shorten it. Stretch, shorten. So that's what we'll be doing when we're in the plank. The plank, I want you to hold it for 30 seconds. I'll set my timer. You want to take one leg back at a time to make sure your legs are as tight as possible, and the last thing you want to squeeze is your glute, and then put your shoulders in the upwards position, and then start the diaphragmatic breathing. 1, squeeze as tight as it will go. Next, tight as it will go, squeeze the glute, keep the shoulders in the up position, start your clock. Want to make sure your joints are also stacked, where your shoulders are directly over your elbow. Keep those legs locked and also the glute. Come on, baby, fight. And relax. The next movement is going to be the good morning stretch. So this is for the hamstrings and the low back. What you're going to do is you're going to have your shoulders down and back and your chest remains up high. You're going to put one arm behind your back and you're going to squeeze the skin of your back. When you have your skin in your hand, you're going to come down, okay? Stretch your hamstrings, sending your hips as far back as possible, keeping your chest up, which is also going to indefinitely stretch out your shoulder. Now, if you lose contact with your skin, that means that your back is too far rounded. You never want to round your back in this stretch. And really and truthfully, in fitness at all, you want to keep your low back safe. So again, we're going to take our hand, like ladies, you're unstrapping your bra or something like that. Squeeze your low back skin, and then you're going to come into the bow. Stretch the hamstrings. Just keep a very soft bend in your knee. It's not a big bend, it's a very soft bend. So we send our hips back and we stretch our hamstrings. The feet will be positioned hips width distance or shoulder width distance. We're going to do 8 of these. We're sending the hips back, stretch, and then squeeze the glute all the way to the top. 8 repetitions. Again, if you need to do more today because your hamstrings are really tight, go ahead and do more today. And if you want to even up the stretch on the shoulder, go ahead and do 4 on one side and 4 on the other, because the total number is 8.